Hey everyone, welcome to the Power BI Features playlist. So in this video guys, we will learn about how to backup and version control newly created item in Git repo using Git integration feature. And since this is a second video over this particular concept, so I would request each one of you to go and watch my previous session where I explained how to configure a workspace with a Git integration feature. Okay, so guys, please go and watch that session and then come to this session. Okay, so with that said, let's get back to the topic and go ahead with the next slide. So this slide is like basically for the demo purpose, so let's get into the demo quickly. So I am in the Power BI service guys, and if you closely look at, I am in the workspace called BIDW here, and in that workspace we have a data set available. And since we have already configured the Git integration for this workspace in my previous session, that's why we are able to see this particular Git status column as well. Okay, and you can see here this is the particular data set which is already synced to the Git repo. Okay, so that's what from the overall point of view. Now let's come to the agenda of this video. Okay, so in this video what I am gonna do, I'm gonna showcase you like how what will happen if something comes new to the Power BI workspace. Okay, so new in terms of let's say if we create a new report in this particular workspace, how that backup and version control will happen, or how that Git integration feature actually will work, that I'm trying to showcase with this video. Okay, so let's go ahead with this. So I'm going to use this particular data set, and from this data set I'm going to create a report. Okay, so 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 to do it quickly, I'm going to go to this Eclipse button. Okay, and after that we have a feature called auto create report. So this is the option that we have, and this option will create the report using this particular data set. Okay, so I'm gonna hit this auto create report option, and what this option will do for us, it will create a sample report by using the data set. Okay, so it has already generated a report. You can look at, the report is ready and we are able to see that report also. Okay, so this is the sample report which is actually generated by auto create report feature, which is using the existing data set. Okay, so that's the report which is created. So what I am going to do quickly, I'm going to go and save this report. So creating your narrative, let it happen. It shouldn't take much time. So it's happening, guys. Please bear with me. Generally, it doesn't take that much time. I'm not sure why that is taking this much time. Or let's say do one thing. What we can do, we can uh, you know recreate the report. So let's not save this report, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to this workspace once again, and let's not save this report. Let's go to this Eclipse button once again, and let me hit on this create auto report. So it is generating the report once again. So the report has been generated. Let me click on view report. Okay, let me try to save the report. It will be so quick summary report. Let me put this name, and this is what the workspace that I want to, in which I want to save this report. So let me hit on this save button. Let's see whether it happens or not. Okay, so report has been saved successfully for us, and that narrative is not there, but let it be, don't worry about that. Okay, uh, but our report has been created, and now if we go back to the workspace quickly, now you can see here, this is the report which we created newly, and it is added to the workspace, right? And look at the git status. It is uncommitted, okay? And that uncommitted status means that this report is actually part of the workspace currently, but it is not actually synced to the git. Okay, so if I just go to the git here, you can see here, if I refresh the report also, that report is still not part of this kit. Okay, so that is basically the meaning of the uncommit. So that report is part of the workspace but not synced to the git. Okay, so our agenda is to sync this report to the git. Okay, so how to do that? For this purpose, we have a very we have a button available on top here. Look at this button, and this is basically called as source control button, right? And you can see here some notifications also it is showing to us. So let's go and look at this notification. So this notification is basically for the entry which is happened in this workspace. Okay, so let me highlight this one. So this is what the entry which is newly added to the workspace, right? And if we just go and look at this button, so this button actually indicating that this is the new entry to this workspace. Okay, and and that is not something which is committed to the git. Okay, so uh, if we wanted to do that, how to do it? You need to select this one. The moment you select this one, you can see here this commit button actually enabled for us. Okay, and let's say if we click on this commit button, that particular item will sync to the git. Okay, or will start syncing to the git. Okay, so this is what I want to do. So let me hit on this commit button. So now the sync has started, and you can see here there's nothing available now in the source control, right? And it is empty now. And look at this status. So it has changed to sync from uncommitted, right? Which means that this particular item has been synced to the git successfully. Okay, so let's go and validate that also. So I'm going to the DevOps and to this git repo, and let me refresh the git repo, and you can see here the report definition is available in the git now. Okay, so this is the definition of the report, and it is available to the git now. Okay, and that is why this git status, it is showing as synced to us. Okay, which is which means that the items are aligned in the workspace and the git also. Okay, so that's how whenever a new entry come to the workspace, and that's how we actually take the backup of this entry into the git, or that will give the suggestions or the notifications automatically, and that will be given by the source control. All right, I'm going to show you one more example. As of now, we created the report from the workspace only, right? But the report can be deployed from the Power BI desktop as well, right? So this is what the sample report that I have created with the sample data. Okay, and this is what the report I wanted to deploy in this Power BI workspace. Okay, so I'm gonna go and click on this publish. Okay, and let me hit on save button. The purpose of deploying this report into the Power BI service is just to showcase you like how you know the new content which is coming into the workspace, how it will be how these changes actually will be captured automatically by the source control, and then we can sync this content to the git using the commit method, right? So that's all I wanted to showcase. So I'm going to select this particular workspace and click on select, and our publishing process has been started, and this will be published soon. So it is publishing currently. So it has been published also. You can see the success message. So let's click on got it. And now let's go to the Power BI service and see the magic. So I am in the Power BI service, and you have seen the magic that these are the two new entry which came to the Power BI, and the get status for these two entry is uncommitted, right? Uncommitted means this is part of the workspace but not synced to the Git, right, for the backup. Okay, so these are uncommitted entries, and until we don't commit these entries, they'll not be synced to the Git, right? So to commit those entry, we has to uh, look at this source control button, right? You can see here there are two notification it is showing to us, right? So let's go and click on this sync, and then you can look at here. These are the two different entries which are part of the source control now, right? And the plus icon indicating that these are the new entry to the workspace, okay, and which need to be synced to the Git, okay, for backup and version controlling. Okay, so what we has to do, we need to select these two because we want to take a backup of these two and want to, keep these entries, reports backup in the Git, right? So I elected these two, and let's hit on this commit. The moment I did it, you can see here there's nothing at all now in the source control, and your selected changes were committed, right? Which means that these entries are, backed up in the Git, right? And now you can look at the status as well. Git status. It is synced now. Earlier it was uncommitted, right? So we committed those entries by from the source control, and now these entries should be part of the Git as well, right? So let's do this validation. Let's go to the Power BI, DevOps, and this is the repo. Uh, so we need to refresh the repo. So the moment I do that, you can look at here, uh, the report definition are available here. Okay, so data set and the report as well. So both the entries are part of the Git now. Okay, so this is how we actually manage the newly created item in the workspace using the Git integration feature, right? So let's go to the PPT now and go to the next slide. So that's it for this slide, for this video, guys. Thank you for joining. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.